Hello everybody and welcome back to Oakfield Farm. We're driving the 7610 today. Following us we have got the 8520. The 8520 has got the Heston baler, the Fendt Heston baler. We have the Claas Liner. Because what we're going to do is, well, we're going to do it all in one pass actually. We've got follow me set up. So basically I row the field and then it immediately gets baled. This should be a very efficient way of doing stuff. So that is the first plan of today. Once this is done, this shouldn't take too long at all, I'm going to get the Richard Weston trailer, I'm going to bring it over to the field, load it up with the Merlo, because we've got the really good straw harvest add-on vertical bale grab, which is very, very good. I really am impressed by it. It makes loading any kind of bales, as long as they're square, very easy. Now this field, I would have done it with a round baler, but just because of the landscape here, there's some hills which allow the bales to roll either way. So even if you angle the bale away from the hill, away from the roll, it will still roll in a different direction. So some of the hills here you could actually round bale without the bales being a problem. But just this particular hill, for number 8, yeah, it doesn't matter which way you angle the bale, it will still roll. I'll show you what I mean in a minute because it can be quite hard to understand. But if you look here, this is for number 9. Obviously, if you angle the bale this way, it is hard to say, because I need to point. If you angle it this way, it won't roll down the hill, which should be fairly easy to understand, but I know that it's quite hard without me actually doing a drawing or something. But this field here, which I need to actually open the gate on. Oh no, I need a handbrake. This one here, if I angled it this way, so the bale was here, it would roll down there. If I angled it this way, it would roll down there. So, yeah, that's why I've chosen Heston bales. That is, to put it simply. I probably didn't have to justify it so much, but there we go. So first things first, let's get this thing unfolded. Hopefully, oh, I was going to say hopefully it fits through, but no, it's just kind of crashed into the gate post. I'll just get stuff sorted out. Okay, there we go. It's probably no bad thing that it did crash because I had to jump cut anyway. So, yeah, with that done, we'll make sure it's all working. Look at the amount of hay we're getting out of it though, very good. I did say, even though it's the first cut, it's still going to be quite impressive. So, I'm hoping there's going to be quite a few bales. Now obviously this is a Heston baler, so because the bales are quite big in the first place, you don't get as many. You can pack more hay into each bale, which actually is probably better for us anyway, because it means we don't have to store as many. We don't have to transport as many either. We can move them quicker. But I don't want to miss anything here, so I'm going to have maximum concentration by doing a time lapse, because if I'm trying to talk at the same time I usually lose concentration due to thinking of what to say next instead of focusing on what I'm doing. So yeah, let's just get this done. See you in a second, and hopefully by the end there should be plenty of Heston bales. Well, that's the baler finishing off. I don't know how many bales we've got exactly until it's finished, but it doesn't look like it's going to be able to get another one out of there, although we can actually press unload on the baler. There will actually be 1.5 bales in there, so one can be pushed out the back, which will add to the tally of the amount of bales we have. I don't know why it stopped starting, that's strange, but at least it's done a good job here. And I think really the amount of bales we've got here is fantastic. I'll unload it first, and then I'll have a guess at how many bales we've got. Obviously, if you're very clever, you can count them now. If you can see them all, just press Y. I think it's Y. Turn it off first. There we go. And then fold it up. So I'm going to go with... I can't count them. 12? Let's just see. That might be a bit optimistic. Created bales 10, yes. So 10 bales, fantastic. It's a good round number. It's a very good figure. So what we'll do is we'll take these, well, both these tractors back to the yard, and we will return with the Merlo, with the Richard Weston trailer. I don't know if we should bring the trailer on another tractor, or if the Merlo should just tow it. I'm thinking the Merlo should tow it. It shouldn't be too heavy, 10 bales. So I'll try it at least. I think the trailer currently has a load of fertiliser on it, so that needs to be unloaded first. But that isn't a problem. We'll keep this gate open. It isn't in the way anymore. But that shows you how much grass we got out of the first cut. I'm very impressed. Very impressed. I'll have to get the John Deere to follow us. And just wait out here. Okay, it's caught up. Fantastic. The time is back to times 15. I had it on real time just for doing that because I didn't want anything to happen. For example, anything to grow. I don't think anything would grow though because it tends to happen overnight in seasons, which is much better than it just randomly updating while we're doing it. That is the only problem with this Claas Liner. Otherwise it's really good. So if the modder is watching this and they're still keen to fix stuff or improve stuff on this mod, then I think, well, it's not even a complaint really, it's just something I've noticed. The only thing that needs to be tweaked is that the back wheels do float a bit. Otherwise, an absolutely spot on mod. It would be fantastic. And the reason why it jumps is simply just because those back wheels float every now and then. They don't float continually, which is strange. They only float when they feel like it. So it's absolutely perfect now. And then in a second it will just jump up. So yeah, I'm sure it isn't too much of a problem. It could be made to be fantastic. There we go. There we go. It's levitating. This is our turn just here. First person view is tons easier. Hopefully the other tracks can make it round there. It is quite a hard one to manoeuvre. Okay, it got stuck. Joy. Way back. Yeah, you have to really compensate for a larger vehicle which is following you by turning ridiculously wide. But in that case, it would have been very important to do it because it actually caught the gate post quite badly. I think the cows and the sheep are okay, so I will check up on those in a second. Instead of driving to their fields, I think what I'll do is very simply check up on the heads-up display. Okay, back to first person. Right, so we're back in the yard. Very quickly check. Everything is perfect. It looks like the cows will require some water very soon. Otherwise, no problems here at all. Power food is required, but I can't do the power food until the... Actually, no, I can do the power food because we have the hay and we have the silage. I don't know if the silage bales are actually fermented yet, though. That is the only issue. So we'll leave it another day just to confirm. Where can I put these? Should I put it? Oh, it's full. I've made the pit is full. Everything gets dumped in the same place. So I think what I'll do is I'll put the liner in here. Luckily it can turn really tightly due to its rear steer. Oh, what did that catch? It must have caught something. Yeah, that'll do. The tractor needs a wash, so I'll put it over out of the way, over here. I think it is the only tractor that needs a wash actually. So there we go, that's all good. And the baler can go in here, next to the liner. I probably should have put the liner a bit further back, but I didn't want it to hit anything. But that should be alright. Okay. Not very straight, but it's in. That'll do for now. So, what we're going to do is just put this tractor back in its parking place, which is actually just over here, in front of these silos. And then we're going to jump out, unload the Merlo's trailer, the Richard Weston trailer, and take it up to the field. I'm just wondering actually, this door over here, does it work? It does work. I've always wondered what was in here. It's a little workshop. Could be useful. For maybe, actually. Yes! We could indeed put our wool pallets in here. Because it's probably more like a store anyway. Just with a workbench in it. Yeah, it's a good idea. I hope. So, yeah, over to the Merlo. Oh, I've left the beacons on. It's better. The Merlo is in here. I think. Phew. Thankfully, it is still here. So, this is actually a grain store. So I think what I would do is not put the fertiliser in here. Actually, it isn't a grain store, but we could use it as one. But I won't do. The fertiliser can go in a shed round the back. If I put it straight here, and then I'll get out and unstrap it, and just very quickly unload all of these, and then we can move on and do the bales.
Let me go, let me go. I told you I'm not yours anymore. No, I'm not yours. So why you trying to hold on when I'm not there for you? Wanna take a different lane, wanna play my own game, and I don't need you here. So won't you let me go? Wanna take this ball and chain that you have put on me and throw it out the window. I think that you should let go, 'cause you know this is not meant to be. Let go. Maybe I should have known that you are not the right one for me. Let go. I should have known. I should have known you are not right for me. So
There we go. Quite tidy. So they can stay there now until we do a bit more fertilising. I think we'll probably use these for the fertiliser spreader, because I can load it up properly using a telehandler or a tractor instead of just going up to a trigger and pressing refill. Whereas with a seed drill, I'm not really too bothered about doing it from the trigger. It just seems to be simple. But yeah, just with the spreader it just seems to be a bit more realistic that way, even though in real life you would do both with some kind of, either with a telehandler or if you have some kind of auger or pipe. But yeah, there we go, it's done. The trailer is empty. So, what we now need to do is go and swap over, actually I'll drop it off here, swap over the attachment on the front from the pallet fork to the very good vertical bale grab. Where can I put the tines? Where can I put them? I suppose these ones were just left here, so I'll put it over here. I must remember to move them before we start filling up the pit. Otherwise, in maybe a year's time, when we come to sell or use the silage, we will find some rusty old pallet forks. Or some rusty new pallet forks. I can imagine that silage is actually quite corrosive. Okay, so that is all good. I don't think we need to have anything else here. What? Hang on, wait. I'm sure I turned the engine off. Maybe not. Oh well. It's off now. It's 9:30, so we'll just go and clear some bales. The shed I put the fertiliser in actually is a pretty good shed for the bales. There's plenty of space left in there. I don't really want to mix fertiliser and bales up, it's just the fertiliser will be going very soon. I shouldn't be buying any more anytime soon either, so it could just end up being a bale shed. Okay, let's just straighten up and off we go. This will be quite heavy. 10 Heston bales on the Merlo, but I can't really see why it couldn't pull it. I should think it can do. After all, on the way back we're going downhill, not up. So this should be the worst bit for it. And of course getting out the field. That's quite steep. Again, quite a tight turning. But not really a problem if you haven't got anybody following you. Actually, I would say the turning at the end of here, the junction at the end of here, is probably tighter. Let's see. Yep, it is tighter. But still not too bad. Right, so I think you all know where we are now. This is the field. It is quite steep. It is quite tight as well. Now, I really would love the Bale trailer to be on a flat piece of ground, but I don't think that's going to happen. That would be quite a bit to ask for, so I think we'll just put it here. Fairly central. Now this grab works slightly differently to the other grabs. You have to press X to attach bale spikes, like that. You can also attach the bales, I think, by pressing Y. I think you do. Yes, you do. So that grabs them. And then I think it's Z to retract. Yeah, okay. So it shouldn't be too bad. We're going to go too high. Some of these bales have flipped by the look of it, I think. They exited the baler with some force. But these really are very good bale grabs. So hopefully this isn't going to be too hard. I suppose all we can do is watch and find out. Okay, so it's done, but there are a few things I would have probably done differently. One is to put a bit more weight on the front of the trailer before I loaded the back up. Two is probably to actually have a tractor attached, as it does still like to spin the trailer. That could just be the game's physics. And three, I think really, if it's going to be worth doing, you should probably have enough bales for the trailer. But it doesn't really matter then, I suppose. You can only load up what you've got. So, there it is. The Heston hay bales. And really, quite impressed by them. They are quite heavy. But that is the exact reason why I wanted to do Hestons in the first place, because you'd have to load up as many. And to be honest, I do find the Hestons easier to load anyway. I think the quadrant bales are probably the second hardest. Round bales I would say are the hardest. This could be fun, getting out of here. But we should shut the gate. It's just going to lose whatever momentum we have, which is very little anyway, so it doesn't really matter if we do stop. Let me just get to the road. Right, okay. So that is this field finished with until the second cut, which will likely be for the pit, I would have thought. So, off we go. Come on, Merlo, you can do it. It's struggling, but we'll get there. So all that's left to do, I suppose, is eventually to give the cows their power food. We don't have a mixer, as far as I'm aware, but very soon we can get one, because we can afford one. My priority is just to get these bales home safely. But I really do love the trailer, I love the Merlo, really good setup, and I love the bale grab. So a lot of love here. But I don't know what you thought of my bale stacking skills. I think, if I was to say myself, they have improved, but they could be better. The machine you're loading with really does help, the trailer helps. I would say most importantly though, it is the grab. Whatever grab you're using changes the difficulty. And with this being a very nice grab, it makes it much easier. Right, here we are. Left turn. Oh, trying to tip over. Now for the easy part. Going downhill. Although, yeah, it could still be quite a difficult part because of the stopping at the bottom. It's all well and good going faster, but we don't want to jackknife or flip the trailer or lose the bales. Now it's picking up speed in its own. My brakes are on. Wow. You can feel the weight pushing you. Not literally. You can just feel the Merlo being very weak actually against the bales, but that is to be expected. I would say it is overloaded. Yeah, we mustn't be cruel to the Merlo. It is nice. So, yeah, I think next time we'll stick it on the John Deere. Right. Let's reverse it in then. I'm going to try and reverse it in third person. I'll say it will be easier than first person. We'll leave it there. Hopefully we didn't hit the wall. Perfect. Okay, drop it off. They can stay there until the next episode, when we'll likely be doing the power food. And the Merlo can go back in its shed for another day. I really do like using it though. I look forward to using it again in the future. So if I just lower that down, turn the beacon off, we'll close all this area up. And actually I think that is probably it for the spring. I can't think of anything else that needs to be done. On the first day of summer, which is tomorrow, we're going to be doing some spraying again. We also do need to do the power food, and well, that'll be it I suppose, because there'll be no grass. The grass has been done. I do need to set up the placeable yard down the bottom of here. I'll very quickly run down. What I want to do is put the pellet production hall in. Oh, I call it the pellet production. The pellet processing hall is probably a better term. Just in here. And we'll probably store some bales here. It's just like a really nice open space for us to dump stuff. In fact, if we do run out of space for machinery, I could bring them here as well. But that is all for another day, so thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. And until next time, see you again very soon. Bye for now.